A federal jury found Oath Keepers founder Stewart Rhodes guilty of seditious conspiracy. Rhodes was convicted for his part in the violent January 6th assault on the Capitol and his failed plot to overturn the 2020 election. Kelly Meggs, another member of the far-right group, was also found guilty of seditious conspiracy. 3 other co-defendants were acquitted of seditious conspiracy, but found guilty of other crimes related to the attack on the Capitol. Rhodes and Meggs face up to 20 years in prison. CBS's Scott MacFarlane will start us off tonight from outside the U.S. District Court from here in Washington. Good evening, Scott.
Norah, it was a marathon 2-month trial, ended with 3 days of jury deliberations, and the jury convicting the highest profile of the 900 Capitol riot defendants so far.
Late today, the jury delivered the stunning verdict, finding Stewart Rhodes, the founder of the far-right Oath Keepers, and his co-defendant, Kelly Meggs of Florida, guilty of the rare charge of seditious conspiracy, plotting to block the peaceful transfer of power in America January 6th. Each now facing the prospect of 20 years in prison on the seditious conspiracy charge alone. During 2 months of testimony and presentations, prosecutors showed messages and images of the group hatching a plan to equip themselves with tactical gear and to stage guns outside the Washington, D.C. city limits to mobilize if then-President Trump invoked the Insurrection Act. In one message displayed at trial, Rhodes said shortly after the 2020 election, "We aren't getting through this without a fight." And later, in instructions ahead of January 6th,
"But I do want some Oath Keepers to stay on the outside and to stay fully armed and prepared to go in armed if they have to. So if kicks off, then you rock and roll, okay?"
The Justice Department also argued the 5 defendants helped arrange a military stack formation to breach the Capitol amid the mob. Rhodes, the highest profile figure to face trial in connection with the attack, took the stand in his own defense at trial, where he continued to argue the 2020 election was unconstitutional and that the group was equipped only to protect themselves against left-wing agitators. The other 3 defendants were found not guilty on the seditious conspiracy charge, but were convicted of other federal counts, including obstructing an official proceeding.
One of the many witnesses at trial was U.S. Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn, who came hustling down to the courthouse late today for the verdict and told me he was in tears when he heard the conviction. Norah?
Quite a victory for the Justice Department. All right, Scott MacFarlane, thank you.